Adewale was exhausted after a long day until he saw her. In that instant, all his fatigue faded away, and hope fluttered in his chest like a bird set free. Adewale couldn't believe his luck. He had never seen anyone quite like her before. Gathering his thoughts, he decided to introduce himself, hoping she would feel the same spark that ignited within him. With a deep breath, Adewale said, "Hi, I'm Adewale. What brings you here tonight?" She replied with a bright smile. "I'm Zara, just trying to catch a bus back home after a long day." In that shared fatigue, a connection formed, bridging the gap between two strangers in the heart of the city. As they exchanged tales, the chaos around them faded, and for a moment, it felt like they were the only two people in the world. Time slipped away, and their weariness transformed into a shared joy, illuminating the dark corners of the busy bus park. Adewale realized that this night, once burdened by exhaustion, had turned into a chance encounter he would never forget. As the bus arrived, reality set in, and Adewale felt a pang of disappointment, not wanting this moment to end. With a surge of courage, Adewale called out, "Can I see you again?" A smile broke across Zara's face as she replied, "I'd like that. Let's exchange numbers." In a flurry of quick exchanges, they shared their numbers, sealing the promise of another meeting under the city lights. As the bus pulled away, Adewale felt something shift within him, an excitement for what lay ahead. He couldn't help but smile, knowing this was just the beginning of a beautiful story between them. With every step, he replayed their conversation in his mind, unable to shake the feeling that fate had brought them together. He couldn't wait to tell his roommate about Zara, and how one simple encounter could change everything. With barely contained enthusiasm, Adewale blurted out, "You won't believe what just happened!" Intrigued, his roommate paused the game and leaned in, eager to hear every detail of Adewale's night. He dove into every moment from their first glance to the promise of seeing each other again, as if narrating a thrilling movie plot. His roommate laughed, saying, "You've got to call her tomorrow. This sounds like a classic meet-cute." As he pondered the next steps, Adewale felt a mix of anticipation and anxiety about what calling Zara would mean. With a surge of courage, he decided to dial her number, determined to take the leap into the unknown. As the phone rang, every heartbeat felt amplified, echoing his hopes and fears for the conversation ahead. Wondering what he might say, Zara picked up the phone, her heart racing with anticipation. With her cheerful greeting, Adewale felt the tension melt away, buoyed by the warmth of her voice. She asked, "So how did you end up with my book?" her playful tone setting the stage for a light-hearted conversation. He replied, "It was an accident, but I think it was fate. We were meant to meet." Intrigued by his words, she responded, "Well, if fate brought us together, I guess we have a lot to talk about." He felt a spark of excitement, realizing that every word brought them closer, weaving their stories together. As they exchanged tales and dreams, the night slipped away, each moment feeling effortlessly magical. Caught in the enchantment of new connection, he realized he could listen to her forever. She leaned closer to the phone, saying, "I can't believe we've been talking for hours." He replied, "Time flies when you're having fun. Can we do this again tomorrow?" With a teasing tone, she answered, "Only if you promise to keep making me laugh." He eagerly responded, "I promise. I'll bring all my best jokes for our next call." Feeling a flutter of excitement, she said, "I'll hold you to that, Adewale." With newfound confidence, he replied, "I can't wait to see where this goes." She whispered, "Me too, Adewale. I feel like this is just the beginning." Savoring the moment, he said, "Let's make sure we explore every bit of it together." With a spark of excitement in her voice, she replied, "Together sounds perfect." He replied, "I'm glad you think so. This is going to be amazing." Feeling buoyed by his enthusiasm, she teased, "Just wait until you hear my best stories." He replied with a laugh, "I'm ready for the best stories you've got." With a mischievous smile, she began, "Okay, let me tell you about the time I tried to bake." He leaned in closer, eager to hear. "This I have to hear. What happened next?" She exclaimed, "Let's just say flour was everywhere and I almost set off the smoke alarm." He chuckled, "I can only imagine. You must have made quite the chef that day." She replied, still giggling, "Let's just say I'm much better at eating than baking." He responded, "Well, then I'll have to be the taste tester if we ever bake together." She exclaimed, "Deal. Just promise to help me not burn down the kitchen." He replied with mock seriousness, "I solemnly swear to be your culinary sidekick." She chuckled, "With you as my sidekick, how could we possibly fail?" In a mock serious tone, he declared, "I pledge my skills and humor to the culinary cause." Wiping a tear from her eye, she said, "If this is how our cooking goes, I can't wait for our first disaster." He replied, "Who knows, we might just create a legendary dish that will go down in history." With a playful smirk, she responded, Or we could just end up with a kitchen disaster that goes viral. He laughed. Either way, it will be a story worth telling, right? She grinned. Absolutely. Every kitchen catastrophe needs a good story behind it. He replied, then let's make sure to document every hilarious moment for our future selves. With a bright smile, she exclaimed, I'll make sure to take plenty of pictures. It'll be our cooking scrapbook. He responded, I can't wait to see our faces covered in flour and laughter. She said, just think our epic kitchen fails will be legendary. He replied, legendary indeed. We'll be the stars of our own cooking show. She exclaimed, I can already see it, two best friends taking on the culinary world. What could go wrong?